How Google and YouTube work to change and display channel icon. When we change the YouTube channel icon, some icons change almost immediately, but others not. To give you an example, I'm gonna change my personal channel's icon. I go to my channel homepage, click this Customize Channel button. Then I click the little button on the top right corner of my channel icon. Then I click Edit button. Then I see a pop-up for me to upload a photo. I click the Upload button. I'll choose this photo. Drag around the image cropper. After deciding the area I want to choose, I click Done. Then back to the YouTube page. I'll refresh the page. I can see the icon change. Now I'm gonna go to my YouTube homepage. I can also notice my channel icon changed. But this icon and this one remain the same. Back to the About Me page, I can see this image is changed, but this one and this one, not really. I'll refresh the page. Well, even after refreshing the page, I can't see any change. I guess it might take longer to change. 10 minutes have passed. I'm gonna refresh the page again. This one is what I expect. Well, this one and this one are still the same. On the About Me page, I'm gonna refresh the page again. This one is normal, but this one and this are not. Why is that? It's because those images come from different servers or they're generated differently. Let's look at this diagram. We use a web browser to visit YouTube page or About Me page. On the About Me page, there are many images. Some images come from the client web cache. Some are from Google server through internet. Sometimes Google server might take the image from the server cache and give it to us through the internet. Similarly, when YouTube page is about to display an image, my computer sends a request through the internet to the YouTube server. Then the YouTube server gives me the requested image through the internet. But if images are downloaded from the internet every time I refresh the page, then the overall time consumption to load a web page can be huge. As a solution, browser stores some images into what is known as cache, so those images don't have to be downloaded again and again. But the problem is that if the image is cached, the image on the browser seems unable to be updated, even if that very image is updated on the server side. In this tutorial, we'll be looking into this image, this one, and this one. We'll study the images only. So I'm gonna get the URL of the image, right click on the icon, click Copy Image Address. Open up a new tab, paste the URL and press Enter key. This is the image of my channel icon. I'm gonna store the URL in the text editor and move on to the next image. Right-click on this icon. Click Copy Image Address. Let's see the content loaded from the URL. It looks like this. I'm going to store the URL in the text editor. Now notice the image is different from the previous one. I think it comes from the browser cache instead of being downloaded from the internet. In order to verify this, you can use other browser or private mode because they don't interact with the cache of this browser. I'm going to go to the private mode, click this menu icon, then click Incognito window. Then I'm going to paste the URL here. Now look at this image. This is how it's supposed to look like. This is the image from the same URL. The image is an old one loaded from the browser cache. This one, however, is downloaded from the internet. Now, let's see the image of this icon. Copy the image address. And load the image from the URL. This is it. Let's see how the image from the same URL look like in the private mode. Click it. Load the image. This is normal. So I would say this image and this one are loaded from the browser cache. Here in this diagram. So in order to make those icons look normal, I'll clear the data stored in the cache. Go to the browser menu here. And go to Settings. Scroll to the bottom. Click this triangle that says Advanced. Scroll down a little bit. Here is a button that says Clear Browsing Data. Then go to Advanced. Make sure the cached images and files is selected. Leave the rest alone, don't select them, otherwise you will end up deleting the browsing history or stored password and stuff. Then clear data. Back to the YouTube page, refresh the page. You can notice these icon images are changed. This is the YouTube page. Let's see the About Me page. This picture is already updated, obviously. Refresh the page. Now you can see this image is updated too. Alright, I just explained the browser cache. Now let's take a closer look into the URLs. At the first glance, I find them very similar to each other. These are the links to the images of the YouTube channel icons. Let's also observe the patterns of the URLs of the icons on the About Me page. Firstly, I'm going to copy the URL of the image. Back to the text editor and paste it. Then I'll do the same thing to this icon. But I can't find a button that says copy image address. But that's fine. I'll go to this inspect. Now this line is highlighted. When I put my mouse cursor here, the icon at the top right corner is highlighted. When I click this triangle and expand the span tag, here is the selector, before. So I'll see the content. Here is it. I can also see a URL. I'm going to copy it. Right click on the URL string and click Copy Link Address. For this image, it seems I can't find this URL still. So I'll go inspect. Here's a div tag. Here's a span as well, but not this one. When I put the mouse cursor over the div tag, the profile picture is highlighted up there. Expand the div tag, click the selector before, then right-click on the URL string, copy it, alright, let's see all these URLs. Alright, let's see. These 3 lines of URLs will load the channel icons on the YouTube page, and these will load the icons in the About Me page. Alright, we've just learned that icon images come from different servers. By the way, server is referring to a public computer that many people can access through their own computers or smartphones. For instance, we can see the first image is from this server. The fourth image is from this server. Here, in this diagram, this server provides the icon images used in the YouTube page. The highlighted part of the URL string is used for generating the designated image. Among all 6 URL strings, we can see something common. This part, which is now highlighted, is the same among all of them. So this part, with a whole lot of A's, is common in them. Well, this part is kind of different. It's different in the first URL, then the second and the third URLs. The same with the About Me page. This part is different in the first URL than the second and third one. We also learned that these URLs will load the images from the browser cache. So are they. Well, this part determines the size of the image. I think S stands for size. The same applies here and here. Finally, this determines the file extension. You know this highlighted part specifies the image size. Before this part will load the original image and paste it in the browser. Alright, this is the original image before being scaled down. But I don't think it will be stored in the cache. Similarly, this part also loads the original image, but this will be stored in the cache, I think. This part of the URL will scale down the image. I'll copy it and add it to the original image URL. See? I got an image with smaller size. I can also change the image size here. Did you see this? This is actually a tiny image, the size 4 pixel only. So tiny that it doesn't make sense. Well, I'll set the image size to 400. See? Alright, to recap, we learned pretty much where and how the icon image and profile picture is loaded on the YouTube page and About Me page. Also, we learned to interpret these URLs. For example, in this URL, this part is server domain name. This part gives me the original image. Adding this part, image will scale down, then go to file extension. That's it. Hope it helps. Thanks for watching.